A dragon lands on the Infinite Island. Pingus pets it and goes to fly with it. The dragon lands on another floating island. On the surface of the island, there are magical-looking fantasy, alien trees. There are small bodies of water too. In the water there is a Loch Ness-like creature swimming. There are also weird-looking mushrooms that are quite big. He rips one of the mushrooms from the ground and the other mushrooms and branches start to expand towards him. Also the trees start to move in the ground. He eats the mushroom and feels like something became part of him. Pingus flies to another island, this time with a cave. He goes in and the cave is almost like singing. There is a high-pitched sound, but also a deep voice and everything in between, almost like an overwhelming orchestra. He goes to a room and the room has crystal-like things all over the walls, and there are what seems to be faces stuck in the walls. There are also drawings on the walls saying stuff like, "Need to get out." Behind him suddenly appears a shining white human-shaped light that disappears as soon as he lays his eyes on it. Pingus then flies back to the Infinite Island with his dragon. Taco, Quarter and Pingus decide to go on the fifth mission. They use the new key to open the RMS gigantic room, that again has paintings. And there is one that has a lounge, one that has a sinking ship, one that has a military ship and one that has a ship on a harbor. They hop into the military ship painting. As they come to the deck of USS Looper, Quarter says, "The worst season, woo." Inside the ship there are a bunch of players like Sado, Taco, PB and Ham in the room and bunch of crew members that are frozen or glitched. Then Taco said, "Hate that Taco guy, always these Frenchmen." They zap themselves into the sinking of the RMS Gigantic. They are on the sloping deck of the ship, as Sado and his crew are launching the last lifeboat. David MacBogo is running towards the stern, but slips and slides down the deck into the ocean. One of the finals falls on top of him. They find meth from his pocket and take it with them. Then they find a book that says, it is about a ship called RMS Gigantic. Back in 1910 it was the biggest and fanciest ship to exist. The book details stuff about the first and last voyage. The route was Southampton to Cherbourg to Queenstown to New York, but the ship never arrived to New York. There isn't much info about the voyage though, because there were no eyewitnesses. The ship was known to sink around the halfway mark and lifeboats were launched and some bodies were found, like the richest man at the time, David MacBogo. The survivors are known to have been picked up by the nearest ship, a military ship USS Looper. However, no further details exist. The military ship along with the survivors vanished into air. It is believed that the ship sank. No wreck has been located or any sign of a sinking. RMS Gigantic wreck was found in 1976. The sinking and the disappearing have become a famous story that is still known. End of the book. This book was written by Bingo MacBogo, the son of David MacBogo, the richest man of the world and one of the victims of the sinking. Then they return back to the Infinite Island and use the meth. Then Zephyr, Quarter, Pingus and Taco unlocks the mystery room in the second floor. And the room has a portal that they jump into. Then they jump into the cancelled season 9.5. Where they find themselves at a snowy landscape with Santa's workshop and bunch of Christmas stuff everywhere, but the sky is glitching and everyone is frozen, even the players who played it, Zephyr, Quarter, Pingus, Sado and Taco. So who knows how long they've been here before they eventually got away, since they made it to the Infinite Island. Then they find a glitched-out frozen Santa in his underwear from the workshop and he has sunglasses on for some reason. Then they found the book and it is mostly empty from inside. But it has some text that is nonsensical, so there was no real book about this. As it didn't happen and the place they visited is stuck in time and perhaps not fully in the real world, it's like a corrupted dimension. Then they returned back to the Infinite Island. Quarter said, "We voting PB today." Black Zephyr said, "Good, because she's a threat, right Quarter?" Pingus Dingus said, "The group is starting to get smaller. If we continue to stick together I think we have a chance." Pingus told Quarter, "I'm thinking we keep Taco around, he seems to be active. Let's go 2 more days with Zephyr, and then use Taco to vote them out, and then we can vote Taco out, so let's use Zephyr to help us continue to get people out first though. Porter told Taco, "Yo Taco, I think someone has it out for you, it may be PB." Then it was time for today's elimination. The players decided to vote PB back into the loop today. PB said, "Ye, expected outcome." Pingus said, "I love you in a weird way PB." Then PB disappeared into air.